and how you all doing? So in this video we're gonna be doing something just like this, and it's pretty easy. I'll take you through the steps on how to do this, and then by the end of the video you should have been able to do something like this, just applying some slice effects to it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is that you want to create a new file. So we can go for an Instagram size 1080 by 1080 equal on both sides, and then you need the image that you want to work on. So for like my example, I'm going to use this image of an African woman, so I'll drag that into the canvas here. Okay, so now what you want to do is that you want to split this image into different side, like you want to slice it. That's just the term for it. And the quick way of doing that is just going to your view, and then you come to new guide layout. So once you click that, it slices the image for you. So now you can choose, like you can slice the image into columns and rows and divide it. And well, you can, for now in our case we're going to choose rows, and you can determine the number of rows you want. 12, 1, 2, it depends on you, but like for our case we're just going to go for, let's say, 10 rows, so it's a little bit thinner and nice and cooler. Got me? Okay. The gutter, by default your gutter might be around 20. Gutter is the spaces in between the each of the slices, the lines, the guides, but we just set that to 0. Okay, so we don't want any space, and then we click okay. So with these guidelines we're going to actually draw, so we're going to slice the images with the guideline. And then the tool we're going to use is just, you come here to your rectangle marquee tool, and then just, so we're going to drag over each of the guidelines, the first one. Okay, so make sure your layer is clicked and just press Ctrl J. So what that does is just, it creates a new layer from the selection that you have actually made. Okay, so you can see it's on top here. So if I close this layer, that's the only thing on top there. Okay, so we have the, so we have to click back on the first layer again. So we click that, and then we do the selection for the second one also, and press Ctrl J. Come back to the template. The third one, Control J. Okay, go back to the fourth one, Control J. Then the fifth one, Control J. No, we have to select the layer. So undo the selection. So if you're a little worried about like which layer you are on, so like what I usually do is I use the slice tool just to make a slice. Okay, and then just slice from guide, so it gives me a little guide on which layer I'm actually on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I could go back to the rectangle tool, and as you can see I'm in layer 4, so I'm done with this one. I'm going to 5 now. Okay, so that's it. So I have to select 5, then Control J, then click back here, go to 6, Control J, then the next one, Control J, then the 8th one, Control J, then the 9th one, then back here, Control J. Okay, so we have that there, and we can just hide this layer down here. Okay, so you can see now each of these individual layers are all split, that they are divided, so we can move it around and twist it around. Okay, so now what we want to do is that let's remove these guides for now. So just go to view, and then you want to clear the guides, and also you want to clear the slices, so just clear slice. So you have this here. So now it's up to your discretion. You can choose what to do with this. You can, okay, um, decide to move it around. So how you choose to move it around all depends on, it all depends on you. Okay, So some parts of it, you can even rotate it a little, not like you can rotate it. It just gives an extra feeling to the design. What you can push this around. Okay. Push that back there. Okay. Um, so we have that there. Just for a start, we can use that. Now, what we want to do is that below all of this layer, this white, so you know what we're going to just go to layer 10, then to layer 1. We select everything and just minimize a little bit so actually see what we're actually doing. Now this white layer, we want to change it to maybe something like of a gradient nature. So what we can do is that after layer 10, we can just create a new layer. Okay, my head is blocking that. Okay, so we just create a new layer. So in this layer, we're actually gonna um, put a gradient on this layer so it look more nicer. And then so we go to our gradient tool. Now the color for our gradient, we're going to pick the color from the image itself. So we can come to one of the anchor points and just select the brown. Then we go to the other point here. Now we can select the color from anywhere, maybe the skin or here from our skin, and then we press OK. Then we choose the radial when, and then from the center just scale to one of the corners and you have something that looks like that. Okay, you got that? So the next thing I want to do is go to your move tool, then we're going to brush this out. Okay, you go to the brush tool, select your brush, just a normal brush, reduce the hardness down to 0, and then so we're going to select the individual layers, reduce it down, and just paint over it just to like reduce the hardness from the image. So we do the same thing over. Okay, brush is going off, right? Make sure the hardness is down. Okay. Just move that there, layer 9. Go through that. Okay, so we do that for layer 6 too. You might not have to do it for all of them, but just to get the nice feeling. Okay, so layer 3. Make sure you save your work, huh? We come to the layer 5. Layer 1. Want to do some adjustments there, and the tip of it, like the top part, just smoothen that a little bit so it doesn't have that hard edge. So we do the same thing for the layer 10 too. Just putting it down a bit. Okay. We go to layer 9, clean that up. Layer 8. Then layer 10. We can undo that. I don't want it too much. Let's stay here. Okay. So you can reduce the opacity of the brush and just go to layer 2, just slide this over. Okay, increase the opacity. Okay, so we have something like that. So you might just want to end it up with your text, maybe like mine, Johnny Less. Okay, so I'm using Nikonin as the font type. So select everything, okay. You can adjust that. You can choose the color of the text from the even the image itself. So it blends well. Now. Having a color palette tool will help, but in this case, we don't need that. Okay, so Johnny. Bless. So I hope this was useful to you. You can apply the same technique if you want to split images, and then you can export them like in different aspects. Okay, you can export them different. I can slice this image and export in different parts, but we'll do that later in other videos. So don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the description below, in this comment below, and so we get to figure it out together. So there we go. Just try something out and then have fun with it. It's really cool and nice. Till meet again. Bye.